Hey YouTube, how's it going? Guess I can, I guess I'll wait a few minutes before before I start talking. But yeah, it's kind of feels a little strange to be back, but it's it's good though. It's a good feeling though. It looks like we have a couple of people. Hey, I'm not even sure how to pronounce your name. Creed 195. Okay. I don't think I've seen you around, at least in the comment section of any of the videos that I posted. But thanks for showing up. Thanks for the support. Definitely. Do you live in the United States? Let's see. Okay. All right. But yeah, this is pretty much my first video in a while. Like I haven't made videos in a while. Um, but I meant to come back sooner. But I got eh, things as far as like my personal life are concerned. But I had meant to come back like a month later instead of like 2 months later. But, better late than never. Better late than never. Let's see. Looks like we got a few people in the room. Okay, all right. I appreciate the support. We got number 5. All right. Thanks for the support. Thanks for showing up. But part of the reason that I got on here is just because I kind of wanted to talk about a couple of things that have been on my mind as far as like the whole colorism conversation is concerned. You know? So have any of you guys been keeping up with, the conversations that have been happening lately? And also the beefs, as far as like people on YouTube. It's like some people are kind of having beef with other people, Some people are using other people's names to get popularity on YouTube. Okay, Creed, you heard about the beefs are about the latest in the colorism world. By the way, Creed, um, male or female? I'm thinking male because of the name Creed, but just want to be sure. Yeah, I probably should have came on here earlier. I meant to, but then it was like, I was like, maybe I shouldn't come on. And then I was like, well, maybe I should come on. And then I was like, well, maybe I should do something a bit like more spectacular for like a quote unquote comeback. See, yes, since I was 8.5, no, my child made this name up. Okay, your kid made up your name for you. All right. Creative child. So who else is in the room? Okay. You know, that's why I asked. That's why I asked to make sure. Hey, Kira Frank. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for the support. R Morris 100. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, Creed. I thought, because there's like a movie named Creed, and I think it like has Michael B. Jordan in it. So I was making that kind of like connection, like, you're trying to be like a boxer or something. But, that's why you ask, right? So people aren't misgendering you like they do Wendy Williams. Oh, R. Morris. I didn't know that. Thanks for letting me know. Thanks for letting me know that. Because the name Morris makes me think of a male. Kira, am I talking about colorism? Pretty much. That's probably like a big part of the reason why I came on here, just to kind of sound off on a couple of things that have been happening or that have happened recently. Pretty much the Wale situation. Have you guys heard about Wale? He's like, the rapper, or he's a rapper, right? How he kind of said a little bit of something about colorism. Yeah, I follow Chrissy too. So that's kind of like where I heard it. I think I may have heard it before that, but that's like where I seen things like, pop off, right? Yeah, Kira Frank, yes. He's claiming that his career isn't doing good because he's African and dark skinned. Yeah, that's the thing, and I'm like, hmm. And you know, it kind of it's like on one hand, I'm like, okay, but on the other hand, it's like, well, can you really complain about something that you low key participate in? The light skinned teachers. And like Isadora Storm or something. I think she may have commented on a few of my videos um, before. Thankfully she ain't really trying to start no beef or anything. Yeah, that dude, Temptation. I think that's how you pronounce Tenta. I don't know. Tentatash. Tentacion. Tentacion. As far as the light skin tears channel is concerned, that seems a little strange, but I mean, it's not like, of course, light skinned folks got issues too, you know, like we all do, but I don't know. Sometimes it seems like it's kind of like more so like a rebuttal to what Chrissy is saying versus just speaking on issues that they go through or that, light skinned folks go through, or biracial folks, or, lighter skinned folks claiming a black identity, you know. Yeah, that dude, Tentacion, I don't know how to pronounce his name. That dude X, yeah, yeah, he said some really messed up stuff. I don't know. I, but even then, there were people like saying, "Oh, he's young, don't judge him." Blah blah blah. Hey, what's up, Sean Rodriguez? Thanks for showing up. Thanks for the support. Do you live in the United States? Let's see. Black in my childhood, I had colorism problems. I was in back. Um, yeah, it usually happens like that. Oh, hey, Jane. You have a new name. That rhymes. Okay, Tejas, Arizona. Okay. Crazy story. I had actually went to Texas. And that's kind of like part of the reason why I took the months off. Okay, DMV. Okay. I've been thinking, I've been considering that area. More so Pennsylvania, but, like Philly, but, kind of close to that area I've been thinking about. How have I been? You finished, let's see, have I finished finding myself? Hmm, I've been doing okay. And, I think my journey still continues. But for the time being, I'm back. And thanks for the support. But yeah, I had went. Yeah, but I was in Texas probably a few weeks ago actually. Oh, thanks, Jane. Sean Rodriguez. Let's see, I'm 49 and still finding myself. Yeah, I think that it is. It's a journey. It's kind of like the part of life, going on that journey and just to keep discovering different things about yourself and about, yourself in relation to other people, things, and places. Sean Rodriguez, a work in progress. Yep, I think so, until, we leave. Because sometimes I see people and I feel like they've sort of like plateaued in a way where it's like they don't really seem to be pushing themselves anymore. And they've just kind of like settled and low key given up on themselves in a way. Let's see. Are you to Sean Rodriguez? Are you Afro Latino, mestizo, um, Hispanic mulatto, um, Hispanic indigenous? Kira Frank, when it relates to colorism, is anyone reevaluating how they see themselves slash other people? That's a good question. Okay, so you are mixed, I see, since black and German. Okay. Do you speak German? I've been kind of interested in Germany for some reason, though. I don't know why, but I've been like, I've been, thinking about maybe like, studying German a little bit. Do you speak much Spanish? Hey, Omari Mitchell. Thanks for the support. Thanks for showing up. I am back. Or am I? This could just be, well, never mind. I'm like, I probably shouldn't say that. But yeah, I'm back. For the, back. For the moment at least. Creed. White people have problems like mixed people. Sometimes we black, sometimes I'm white. Hmm. Yeah, it's kind of like you're being pulled in the community, on one hand, but in some situations, but in other situations, you're being pushed out, you know. That's it. Okay, you speak some Spanish. Okay. Okay, genial. Uh, También hablo español un poquito. Let's see. Morris 100. I was born in Frankfurt, Germany. Father was in the military. Okay. Did you grow up in Frankfurt, Germany, or Germany? Or was more so just being birthed and then came back to the United States? To Creed, what's your background? Um, my background, I guess I'm assuming you mean like as far as like ethnicity and race are concerned. Um, I identify as, black slash African American. I have a video where I done a DNA ancestry test. I actually did two different ones, and it pretty much just does a breakdown of like my genetics, as far as race is concerned. What's your background, Creed? But I guess I should probably get into the topic. But yeah, that whole Wale situation. Um, in regards to Wale, I kind of, I don't, I don't know. I don't have sympathy as much because I feel like I don't know. It just feels like you're complaining about colorism now, but you participated in it. Am I wearing a hat? Well, it's not a hat, but I'm wearing something. Okay, German was your first language. You speak much German now? Did anyone catch the beef? Well, I guess like the beef, not beef between Chrissy and Cynthia G. That one was crazy. And I don't have anything against, either one of them. I like both of them, you know. I think both of them make great points. But yeah, to Omari, yeah, Cynthia G and Chrissy had a back and forth with each other in regards to colorism. Yeah. Kira, I don't know why I keep saying Kiera. I think that's how you said it. They had some good arguments, but I had to side with Chrissy. Yeah, I kind of think Chrissy had the better argument, in my personal opinion. Kiera, that was how you pronounce it. Okay, thank you. Um, but yeah, I don't know why I was pronouncing it. I think I was pronouncing it Kira instead of Kiera. Yeah, sometimes I mess up pronunciation and just assume like, oh, okay, it's like that. Let's see, Creed. My dad's grandpa is Spaniard and his grandma white. My mom's mom is supposed to be mixed and her dad is black. So you're kind of like, let's say mixed, at least somewhat. Omari, yeah, Chrissy and Cynthia G had a back and forth about colorism because Cynthia G was pretty dismissive of colorism. Kiera. Cynthia G basically argued that colorism was a result of racism and would be resolved when racism was dismantled, therefore wasn't a big issue in the community. Well, that is true. But, Cynthia G talks about black men who date interracially, right? And that's a result of racism. And that would be resolved when racism is dismantled. But she talks about that. Well, some people don't know it exists, Omari. Some people don't. Or they pretend like they don't know it, And sometimes they're pretty dismissive of it. Because sometimes when it comes to people, it's like if it doesn't affect them personally, then it's not an issue. We don't say complexion for the connection for no reason. That's my first time ever hearing that. I've heard the complexion for protection. Kira, she also sort of dismissed the fact that dark skin get the brunt of colorism. Dark skinned women. Yeah, she didn't really seem to be like sympathetic or empathetic or, really care too much about it, which unfortunately is kind of common for some reason. Cynthia G, she's not like, quote unquote, a light bright, you know. She's like a brown skinned woman, but I guess she may feel like because it's not really affecting her personally, then, it's not really an issue. While on the other hand, she does feel like black men dating interracially is affecting her because where she lives, she sees it a lot. So that's probably why she talks about it part of the reason why she talks about it as much as she does. What kind of media do I think will help correct colorism? Hmm. That's a good question. I don't know. I don't know. Correcting colorism is a, it's kind of like, you know, how, like, what kind of media would you think would correct racism? Like, that's a big question, you know? I don't know. Creed. Light get to be. Uh, Message got canceled. Mensaje cancelado. But yeah, Wale, he had the nerve to complain about colorism. And I don't know why. Let's see. Kier, I would definitely like to see more brown skin and dark skinned women in lead roles. Yeah, because a lot of times when it's a black film, it's like they'll put like the dark skinned dude or the brown skinned dude with like the light skinned or biracial woman. And I feel like that's like kind of like an agenda, low key. That's an agenda. The light skinned biracial woman and dark skinned man agenda. Like that's been promoted for a while. When you see these movies, like a lot of times those that's like the th- like if you go to a black movie, there's going to be a light skinned woman in the movie, and she's probably going to be paired up with a brown skinned, dark skinned man. Let's see. Morris. Meanwhile, what about the treatment of dark skinned women? I saw a young black dark skinned woman get jumped by a group of Asian girls and boys, and the black girl whooped their butt, and the black boy stood by and recorded the fight. Was this on World Star? But what else is new, right? It's like alone on your own. As sad as it is. Hmm, for Morris, but they don't do that for biracial males. That's true. You don't see that happening as much when it comes to biracial males. And I feel like that could be somewhat strategic, you know. Creed, back in the 80s, me and my siblings were punching bags for our dark skinned relatives by our mom's side. Hmm, that's sad or tough to hear. Paula Patton. Aton Sun God. Yes, that's kind of like when it comes to black movies, Paula Patton is always portrayed as the black love interest. Like she is, she she fills the spot of a black woman. Let's see. Kiera Frank. It is an agenda. I'm a college age girl, and I literally don't see anyone who I can relate to. You think the only relationships that happen are between light skinned or white women and dark skinned men? That's the they promote those relationships a lot. All right, they really do. And some of these dudes out here, some of these black dudes, they don't mind being the garbage man. They don't mind being, Miss Becky's pet nigga. You know. So that makes it worse. And I feel like when it comes to the interracial dating agenda, I feel like black men are kind of like more susceptible to it than black women. I think it gets black women too, but not as much. Let's see. Omari, the gymnastics chick without hesitation, said Zenda when asked who should play her. Zendaya. But yeah. So it's not. It's kind of like you're seeing, like, that's like an example of like the media brainwashing, right? And to be fair, if that ever did happen, and if she gets to the point where she would get a movie made about her, a light skinned chick possibly might play her. you know, Look at they had like Zoe Saldana playing Nina Simone. They got like a biracial girl playing Storm from X-Men. Let's see, Morris. Where I'm from, men who look like you have chocolate girlfriends or wives. Heal, I'm married to a mixed man. Okay. I think, when it comes to dating between, I guess, the light skinned dudes and the women in the community, I don't know that. I think like the light skinned dudes are kind of like all over the place. Let's see. Creed. Why is Monique the actress playing the ghetto role, Viola Davis the blue collar role? I don't think Monique getting any roles lately. Monique ain't getting no roles as of now. Her role is being a media troll. You know, I think that's how a lot of people see her at this point. And, I ain't got nothing against Monique. I like Monique. But I don't think she's doing herself any favors with what she's been doing lately. And Viola Davis, doesn't she play? She plays like a professor in like some TV show. I forgot the TV show. How to Get Away with Murder. Let's see, Morris. Did anyone give you any flack for marrying a mixed man? Let's see. Omari. It wasn't about Wale being dark skinned. It was about him being African, if you ask me. Hmm. Well, you got Akon, you know. I remember he was promoting some parts of Africa. It looked like New York, but nobody wanted to hear it. Hmm. Low key, I kind of get the vibe that Wale might be one of those Africans who kind of think they may be a little, well, like they're a little better than African Americans. For some reason, I get that vibe. I could be wrong, but I get that vibe. It's kind of a low key sort of a undertone that I can't put my finger on. But yeah. And you think you better than folks, but want they support. Yeah. Yeah, I kind of agree with that, Kiera. I think that is something that is, somewhat like prevalent. Not all, not all, but, some. Let's see, Morris. A lot of dark skinned men made sly comments about Wale or about, oh, okay, about you being with a mixed dude. My bad. That's strange. I don't know what shade of color you are, but if you're brown skin or dark skin and you're a woman, you ain't supposed to have you ain't supposed to have options or nobody checking for you other than dark skinned men and you know and even then they kind of want you to wait on standby, and want you to be on standby for them, just in case they don't get the prize, the colorist prize that they really want, you know, quote unquote. Let's see, absolutely. Let's see, Aton, Sun God. Absolutely. Everyone in MSN is biracial except Tamara Hall. They got rid of her. Hmm. I didn't know that. But they also got rid of that um biracial woman. I forgot her name. She used to wear braids a lot, or like, micro braids a lot. Um, I forgot. I can't think of her name though, but um, hmm, I forgot her name. And she has like a PhD. She used to work on in MS MSN, I think, or MSNBC, maybe. Yeah, I think she worked on the same network as Tamara Hall. Enough said. What inspired you to make your channel? Mm, my channel actually hasn't always been about colorism, you know. But I think what inspired me to start talking about, those type of topics or that type of topic was probably just things that I've witnessed and seen and, trying to give, a different viewpoint on the conversation. Um, just trying to speak out and speak up for people. I think Kiera, we're definitely made to feel like we have no options, but we do. That's why they come after our confidence. Yeah, it seems like a bit of a psychological game or like psychological abuse or something. Aton Sun God. Monique will have to get plastic surgery and change her name to work again. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if that's gonna work. Basically, she got to be a whole different person. Um, watch the Vine. You hear that African attitude. I saw that listed in like suggested videos, on the suggested videos area of YouTube. I've been thinking about clicking and watching the video, but for some reason I just don't end up doing it. I think because it is like a long video, you know. Um, and also I kind of, somewhat kind of can see where it would be headed anyway. And I don't know. you know, I've kind of like experienced that firsthand in my day-to-day life, you know. Um, Omari, how do I feel about Tiffany Haddish, her image? I think Tiffany Haddish needs to shut up. I think she really just needs to learn how to shut up and not. She talks too much. She tells way too much of folks' business. I don't know if Beyonce want her to say that stuff. She always talk like, and I think that Tiffany Haddish looks good. I think she has a nice look, but I don't know. They kind of trying to portray her as like, I don't know if she wants to be portrayed as this, or they're making her be portrayed as this, but they kind of low key trying to portray her as like a black woman who's desperate for white men. I don't know. I kind of get that vibe with the whole Leonardo DiCaprio situation and the whole Groupon commercial. And she always got like, I don't really know if she has much range to her acting. I think she pretty much is playing the same character again and again. And I can't, hey, get the money. Get the money, I guess. Sure. I mean, yeah, thanks for that, Aton. That's who I was thinking of, like Melissa Harris Perry. Um, yeah. Morris. My husband's family is mixed throughout his generation. His grandfather can pass, quote unquote. Then his father is your color. My husband looks like Halen and Derrick Rose. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think I can understand that. Like, I kind of have some of that happening in like my family too, as far as like a multi-generational like mixture. Let's see. Here, I feel for Monique, but she's doing a little too much. That's the problem. I really think that the more she does, the less people have sympathy for her, because it's like you're beating a dead horse and you're pretty much just saying the same thing over and over again. And it's like you keep shooting yourself in the foot. And also, I don't know really what she wants at this point. I don't know if she wants to get back into the acting game. Does she want Tyler, Lee, and Oprah to like apologize to her? To pay her? Does she want Netflix to pay her? I don't know. Like, I don't know. It's like it's kind of lost. Like the point is lost on me. Kira Frank, they want her to have crossover appeal. I'm guessing Tiffany Haddish, but I guess so. I guess that would be crossover appeal. Her lusting after white men. Let's see. Enough said. I think if Tiffany Haddish were a quote unquote classy black woman, people wouldn't pay her any mind. You're probably right. I don't think people really want, like, I don't know if they even know what to really do with that in Hollywood to an extent. I mean, it's pop, it happens, but I'm saying, as far as like comedy is concerned, see. Omari, she dates a white guy on the TBS show Last OG. Okay. They seem to really, low key really be pushing that for some reason. I don't know. I guess do they want to try and like market her towards white men? That's a little. Uh, that's just like something I've been noticing. A ghetto loudmouth. Grand swing. The black woman on or the black women on SNL. They have black women on SNL. I thought it was just Leslie Jones, I think. Um, but yeah, they portray the black women on SNL or the black woman on SNL that was in Ghostbusters portrayed herself as white man crazy as well. She does. Are I don't know if she's doing that or they're making her do that. Because she's an actress, so she would have to follow the script that they give her. And I don't think she's in the position to write the part. But you know, I don't know if that's something that she suggests to them, or do they just say, "Hey, you're gonna be a white man crazy woman." Hey, Melissa Cano. Yep, I'm back. He regresado. Yeah, Leslie Jones. Hey, Tim Henson. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for the support. Melissa Cano. ¿Cómo está usted? Sí, estoy bien. You know, yo he tenido una experiencia muy interesante hace un mes. He viajado a Texas. Let's see. Omari Mitchell. My wife, let's see, my white friends who hooked up with black chicks just do it and say they got their black card. you know, that be on their bucket list. I mean, but when it comes to like the serious stuff about, getting married and starting a family, I don't know if that's really like those same, hookups are what they're really looking for. Tim. Leslie Jones is such a bad representation, or sorry, a bad presentation of dark skinned women. hmm. Is it because of how she acts? Or is it because of how she looks? Or maybe a combination of the two? Let's see. Yeah, I don't think Issa Rae is like coonish from what I've seen. Although she did have that like show Awkward Black Girl, and it did have swirling in it, but I felt like they did it in a way that didn't make her come off as like desperate, hating, like a black man hater. Morris. There was one named Zameta, but she left and she resembled Nina Simone. I keep saying Kiera Frank. I like Issa Rae. She's like a sector of black women we don't get to see. Yeah, I think so too, because I don't know. It's kind of like when it comes to black women, they don't get to be as three-dimensional as other groups of women, at least white women. So I agree with that. Because it's like you become, you know, like sex pot, mulatto, or the mammy. Grand swing. Tiffany Haddish and Issa Rae are both African, not African American descendants of slaves. That's true. Well, I think Tiffany Haddish's mom might be African American, though. Let's see. Enough said. She made one comment about Asian guys and black women in the book as a suggestion to the problems of black women not being preferred and valued by the men of their own race. I kind of think people, first of all, that book was written a long time ago, and that quote has been around for a while, so it's a bit strange that it comes up now, or it came up when it did. Um, I have actually have the book, but I just haven't read it. I read a little bit of it, probably like the first 1 or 2 chapters, like about her being like an internet hoe. Let's see. Morris, both because Leslie makes herself look frumpy, but when she dresses up, she looks nice. can, can you have the book? I don't even know where the book is at the moment. And I haven't read it. I guess I probably should read it. Tim, black men do and say that so Issa Rae can do it. Like, 2 wrongs make a right. um, but I do feel like that was kind of like not to be taken literally, kind of like to be taken with a grain of salt, you know. Um, Enough said. I'm not sure how Issa Rae and Danny Glover are on the same level when it comes to being a coon. Ah, I don't know. I think I'm skeptical of like Donald Glover, or AKA Childish Gambino. I feel like he just, I don't know. It's like pro black. It's like pro black men disguised as pro blacks. Who's the bigger coon? Let's vote. hmm. I don't know. I think Issa Rae has more black points than Childish Gambino, aka Donald Glover. I don't think she's a coon. I think she's a little different. Not in a bad way, but just a little different when it comes to what you expect from a black woman. What I said about Donald Glover. I think that Donald Glover is pro black men, not pro black people. Donald has a guilty conscience like Nate Parker. I think when it comes to these type of pro blacks, quote unquote pro blacks, are people who are posturing themselves as being pro black, because a lot of people will say like, "Oh, I never said I was pro black," blah blah blah. When it comes to them, hmm, they're advocating for themselves and also to be with their non-black partner many times, to be with their non-black partner in peace. Mhm. Enough said. Honestly, see, I honestly don't care who Donald Glover is with. I don't see him as pro-black. Perhaps pro-equality, or like you said, pro-black men. You know, I think that Donald Glover. Hmm, I don't know. I don't know if the love for black women is there. I don't think it's as strong as it should be. I heard about that news story. I heard that the news story was false though. And Charlotte Carlos. Hi, Stephen. Welcome back. Thank you. Thanks for showing up, and thanks for supporting. Grand swing. Being pro-black woke is quote unquote in. He capitalized. That's true. Beyonce did the same thing. You know. Who else? Like low key Monique doing the same thing too. Um, a lot of folks are. You know, they always become woke when they broke. Well, Beyonce ain't broke, you know. Um, Coon rating Donald Glover greater than Issa Rae. Really? Okay, so Donald Glover is the bigger coon. Okay. Uh, Omari Mitchell. What about Kodak Black's comments? Uh, Kodak Black. Um, do black women at this point, even before then, I don't even know if many black women are even caring about what Kodak Black is saying. Kira, enough said, or at enough said. I agree wholeheartedly. You can be pro black and not support your female counterpart. But that's the thing. I don't think that you can truly be for black people if you're not for both black men and black women. Like both of them. It's like, wouldn't it be strange if, like, say, you were dating someone who was not black and they didn't like, like, um, for example, like if a black man was dating a white woman and she didn't like black women, shouldn't that be like a red flag or a warning sign that maybe she don't like black people as much as you think she does? Enough said. He can date women of the black race. The ones he wants doesn't want him. The Cure. What Monique do? Monique has talked about her journey to wokeness. When? Where? I don't remember hearing about her journey to wokeness. Grand swing. Got woke when times got hard. Tim Henson, make shirts with that phrase. When they go broke, they get woke. you Kanye West. You notice, like, they always, like, when they get a little brush in with racism, then they want to be extra woke and fight the power. And they'll make sure to get black women to support them. Even though, Kanye West wouldn't have black women walk in his fashion show. But he probably want black women to buy his stuff and want them to support him. Hmm. Omari Mitchell, they love black men, but him and only him. They don't want to meet moms, aunties, none of them. Black cookout family members. I think when that is like, hmm. I think, okay, let me go back. Let me get my thoughts together. When it comes to situations like that, I think that sometimes those particular types of women gravitate towards black men because they kind of are having low self-esteem, and they kind of want to feel like they better than somebody. And who better to feel like you're better than black women? And the cure. Kanye is a woman-hating coon. Wow. So is Ronald. I thought it was Donald, but okay. I guess you changed his name to like Ronald White Lover or something. They want to be sexually dominated. Childish Scambino. I guess you don't. I guess you don't really like that Donald Glover that much. I heard that he writes poems about wanting to be white. Enough said. As a man of lighter skin color, do you feel men that look similar to you have to work harder to secure the women they want? Hmm. Overall, I think no, but perhaps if they wanted a black woman, perhaps, but even then, I don't think so. Not extremely. I do think there is like a bias against, biracial or lighter skinned men in the community, but I think that overall they manage. Um, Omari Mitchell, did I hear or did y'all hear about Tay Diggs? I haven't heard about anything recent. The last thing I heard about Tay Diggs was that he said something about him wanting to, like, he was going to date black women, or black women shamed him into dating them or something like that. It was some bullshit. The Cure. OMG, that's not true. Dark skinned women and light skinned men been in love for ages. That bias is from other black men. Let's see. Enough said. I think that. Let's see. I think it's that black men will elevate themselves. Let's see. I think it's that black men will elevate them, whereas men of other race is immune to their bullshit. Tim Henson, Kanye did an interview literally talking about how he doesn't understand why the black community still supports him after all the bullshit he says. I don't know why Kanye West even opens his mouth to speak. I don't know why Kanye West even breathes. Facts. He was talking outside, out the side of his neck. Tay Diggs. I think Kanye West is a sellout. Blackface Drake. I had saw that photo. I was like, "What's that photo for?" Someone said it was supposed to be advertising the clothing line. I'm like, who you advertising to? Like KKK members? I don't understand where the blackface came from. Was that supposed to be a joke? But to be fair, people can take photos out of context, though, and that type of stuff out of context. Drake said it was to highlight racism in acting. Yeah, Drake did used to be an actor. I don't think he's acted in a while. I don't think. Last thing I saw him in was the Degrassi. Um, he did a reunion. He did a video for I'm Upset, and he did like a reunion for Degrassi. Or a lot of people from Degrassi. Let's see, Donald's scared look in the video is being scared. We find out the song was really black in America. Ronald Scambino shook like a tree. I'm curious to know if Kanye and Kim are actually divorcing or is it another cry for attention? What won't they do for attention? I mean, besides like go to college or something. they won't set foot in the college to get some attention. Or get like a real job or something. President Bush should punch Kanye for saying George Bush doesn't care about black people. I don't think Kanye West cares either. Morris, but would he do this for the Jewish community? You mean would Drake do something that could be construed as anti Semitic? No, he won't. Does Kanye West even really promote his albums like that anymore? Childish Gambino. Okay. Um, The Cure. Yes, President Bush is a real hero for blacks. He waved at us during Hurricane Katrina. Wow. Well, what about FEMA? I think that would be better than President Bush. The Cure. President Bush was out here in them streets and winds down out. Let's see, down without people, while Kanye was on a television going off at the mouth. How do you guys? Well, here's a random question. Um, how do you guys feel about the YouTuber Rashida Strober, aka the world's first dark skinned activist? Yay, nay, neutral, never heard of her? She's too. Okay, so I think Omari never heard of her. Kiera never heard of her. Tim says she's too ignorant. I'm sorry, too arrogant. Well, she is the world's first and foremost dark skinned activist. Morris. Drake panders to black women. Drake forced the black thought to abort his child, but let the white thought keep her child. Well, perhaps he paid her money. Um, you think that he doesn't want a black child, but want a white child? Mhm. Let's see. The Cure likes Rashida Strober, but Rashida attacked Chrissy. Yeah, Rashida has been going in on people because she feels like they're trying to steal her lane that she created from the ground up without any help or assistance from anybody else, and she was the first to ever do it, the best to ever do it. Melissa Cano, I think Rashida Strober, has a lot of pain when it comes to colorism. I think she has a story to tell. And she has told her story, actually. I've listened to her story. The Cure. We were talking about colorism long before we heard of her. Please. It's darkism, not colorism. Oh, you must have forgot Drake is half white. Well, some people consider being part black and part white to be black. The Cure. I don't like how she treats other dark skinned women. That's because they're trying to steal her lane. So she ain't having that. She ain't having them trying to steal the lane that she created and built from the ground up. Omari Drake knows he used to get made fun of for not being black enough or for being white. Jarette Barnett. Oh, sorry, Barnett. Um, Drake is a joke. Tim Henson, she can't tell others not to talk about colorism, darkism. Um, well, she did create the lane for it. She was the first people doing this. Let's see. Queen Unicorn, if you are part white and part black, you will never be black, nor will you ever be white. You are biracial, period. You have one black parent and one white parent. Colonialism considers them black. Yeah, I think if we're going by like biology, then no, but if we're going by socio-cultural classifications, yeah. Let's see. The Cure, how are they stealing? They are also dark skinned and say stuff she hasn't said? Question mark. Chrissy centers black women. Rashida is for dark skinned people, period, of every culture. Let's see. The Cure. Is that your natural beard, brother Steve? It's a weave. A weave beard. We discussed colorism before her. She did not create the lane. She did, according to her, she did create the lane for it. She was the first person talking about it on the internet. She the world's first dark-skinned activist, all right? This is the Cure. Socially, no. The Crackers see hope in biracials. They call mulattoes half-breeds if they embrace their black side. Wow, it looks so real. The Cure, according to her, key phrase. I'm glad you cleared that up. Tim Henson, self-proclaimed first dark-skinned activist. Well, who is the first dark-skinned activist then if she ain't? Who is? No one came before her, I don't think. Anyone want to start a book club? You could join Oprah's book club. Well, Tim Henson, it matters because Rashida wants to get the credit that she's due. Queen Unicorn. As far as Drake, he has a white son. Well, his son is like a fourth black. So his son is like black. Right? A fourth black and 100% black is equivalent, right? You know, if you had 25 cents and you went to the store and something cost $1, you could give them 25 cents for it and they'll accept it as $1, right? Um, let's see. He has a white son now, so it will be interesting to see what culture he will rep. If Drake doesn't explain it to his song, Adonis will be transracial. His son is white. Quit playing. And Drake's baby is white. He won't let the fro grow. He actually has had a fro, I think. Back on when he was on Degrassi, I think. He brought the oppressor into the world. Are you sure? I think the oppressor has been here for a while now, way before Drake. The son will be some logic nonsense. So I'm guessing you mean like the rapper Logic. Um, Enough said. LMAO. You're exactly right. 25 cents equals a dollar. Queen Unicorn. No, Logic is half black and half white. Drake's son is not half black. You think Drake's baby is not going to love being black? The Cure said, wait until that baby finds out he has a black ancestor. He will cry. Well, his dad is like, as long as Drake is in his life, I'm sure he'll be fine. Tim Henson. She expects everyone to kiss her ass. Not cool. She wants people to pay her homage. She, as in Rashida Strober, she wants people to pay homage to her because she's the one that started it off, starting to, talking about colorism. She coined the phrase darkism. She's written books about the subject. She brought the subject to the internet. She's counseled people on who have been dealing with darkism and colorism, and she wants her credit, you know. Logic is 100% white. Well, he says that he's mixed, and he said that his mom used to call him a nigger. Um, let's see. Queen Unicorn. Logic is a white passing biracial man like Meghan Markle. Meghan Markle is white passing biracial man. I don't I don't think Meghan Markle is white passing. The Cure. Does Drake seem pro-black to you? Hmm. No, not especially. Not to say that he doesn't care about black people and stuff. Let's see, The Cure. That baby is going to see that his half black father choosing white and will choose white as well. Probably. So it's kind of like he pretty much just wiped out blackness, or his blackness in a way. Let's see. The Cure. She did not bring the subject to the internet. There were projects before her. I don't think you guys know your colorism and darkism history. I mean, if you guys are saying all this stuff, but y'all can't really name the world's first dark skinned activist. Y'all can't name someone who was talking about darkism before, Rashida Strober. Let's see. Morris. Paula Patton's child with Robin Thicke has blonde hair and blue eyes. Yeah. I'm like, this child is pretty much white, with perhaps a little bit of curly hair. Let's see. Enough said. thanks for showing up and thanks for the support. You have a good night too. I will see you soon in the next video. We have yet to see Meghan Markle's natural hair. It's curly. Let's see. Let's see. Queen Unicorn. No, Drake is not pro-black. He's always dodged black issues, and honestly, he is an African American culture vulture. He grew up in Canada and never had roots in AA culture, African American culture. I think his dad is African American. I think he was raised or had spent some time in Tennessee or something. Why y'all giving Drake a hard time for? Y'all ain't giving Meghan Markle a hard time. Y'all ain't giving Cardi B a hard time. Okay, Megan isn't acting like Drake. Cardi B, The Cure. Cardi can get that work. She is a culture vulture. Yeah. Queen Unicorn. Oh, yes, I do. I don't stand for Cardi. She's a character slash black face of black women. I think Cardi B, I don't know. I don't have nothing against her personally, but I think that, hmm, Drake's dad is also a colorist too. Drake just wiped out his blackness for a thought. At least Megan gave it up for a prince. But a lot of times it be like that. The black women are, I guess, the mixed race women or whatever tend to make it worth their while. Y'all like Cardi B's new songs out there? I be hearing her songs played on the radio a lot. It's like I don't know which songs she's featured in and which songs are her songs. Like she got like payola. She has a song. Cardi has a song with Maroon 5. Um, a song with like Bad Bunny. Um, and a lot of folks. The Cure. Drake's mom is white. Now I see what is happening clearly. Well, what's happening? Um, the Cure. Steven, which one of your parents is black? Well, The Cure. Actually, both of my parents are black. Yeah. I mean, the blackness ranges, but yeah. But they both identify as black, though. Omari Mitchell. Cardi got the complexion for connection, or for the connection. Plus, she got a dark skinned black man. That's like her credibility, I guess. But I mean, who else she gonna have though? Who else gonna be dealing with a Cardi B? Who else gonna be dealing with Amber Rose? I mean, let's be real. Cardi is a colorist that calls black women roaches. I thought it was burnt roaches. Is it roaches or burnt roaches? Tim Henson. Rashida Strober can claim the title, but expecting people to kiss your ass for experiences that is part of their life is stupid. I don't I didn't coin white privilege, but I use it in discussions. The Cure, Steve, which one is blacker? ROFL. Quit playing with us. Identifying is not the same thing as being black. LOL. Your parents trying to troll us. Really? The Cure. Cardi's boyfriend is beating her. Are you sure? I can't give anyone moderator privileges, I don't think. Not on this platform I'm on right now. Uh, no. I'm on the mobile platform and it's not set up like that. I didn't know you couldn't post links in the chat. I got nothing. The right side of your name. Hey, Bonafide. Thanks for showing up. I appreciate the support. Queen Unicorn. What do I think about Dame Dash basically vindicating Monique's claims? The thing for me personally, I didn't think that Monique was lying based on what I've heard. I do think that she's telling the truth. But the thing is, it's like I don't think people really care about it though. Dame Dash wants his $2 million. My hiatus bona fide was a really interesting and really it was a lot that went into it. Yeah. You know, my hiatus was pretty much a quarter life crisis. I could probably do a whole video on the hiatus. Um, what do I think of Stacy Dash? I think that Stacy Dash cooning for a paycheck. The Cure. So do you Let's see. So, Steven, do you have a dark skinned parent in your life? um, I guess my dark skinned parent, um, I say brown skin. Do I celebrate the 4th of July? The cure. So is it the mom or the dad? You really want to know specifics? It's my mom. Well, as far as having a day off from work and getting paid for it, yeah. I think I don't think I see Drake out here saying, disrespectful things to, brown skin and dark skinned women. Mm, I think J. Cole is cool. He's not as popular as like Drake though. I think J. Cole really is more on the pro black tip. Let's see, if Drake is mulatto, J. Cole would be looked at as a half breed. So who gets to be black and who gets to not be black? Let's see, bona fide. As far as the Dame Dash situation, I'm wondering why it took him 9 years to get in Lee Daniels' face. And why not put compound interest on that $2 million? Well, I don't know. But yeah, at least, I don't know. Monique probably want her money too. She ain't gonna get nothing though. I know dark skinned people and blackish. Mm, does Anthony Anderson count? Omari Mitchell. Like we all know, we got a Shannon Sharp black great granddaddy out there. Really, you with a tan. Really. So, what's you guys' opinion on Shannon Sharp? Yay, nay, neutral, don't know him. Do you think he's on the same ship as like Kanye West and Childish Gambino when it comes to talking pro-black, but um, sleeping white or non-black? Bonafide. I mean, Lee Daniels couldn't be too hard to find. He's got to be on the set of Empire and Star, and he gives interviews and whatnot. I think Dame Dash must have timed it for some reason. Omari Mitchell. Shannon hit the co-host Joy. Like hit on her or actually hit her. She left the show. I didn't hear about that. Queen Unicorn. It's hard because Shannon does speak on black issues in sports specifically, but you can tell he's colorist because he's only dated biracial or white women. Oh, I didn't know that. I thought he dated, women who were kind of reflective of him. At least in the past. I know currently he's not, but, in the past. Also, he had a bit of a back and forth with Cynthia G for a quick second. She left the show. Okay, so Shannon Sharp had sex with Joy on the show and she left. When did Joy leave that show? The Cure. So, Steve, would you say that you are partial to dark skinned women? I would say, yeah. I think that's kind of like where I would gravitate towards, or where I do gravitate towards. But yeah, I don't have, like, I don't watch television, you know, that much. Not that much. So I don't know. Yeesh. Mm, 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 mm. Well, I think I should probably get off. But, I just want to thank you guys for showing up and thank you for supporting. I really appreciate it. I'll be back soon. Let's see. What else people saying? Let's see. I believe that pretty much any black person should feel free to talk about black issues no matter who they're married to because despite that they'll still be affected by racism. Peace and love. I'm out. All right, catch you next time, Omari. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for the live stream chat. You're welcome. Bonafide. Thanks for showing up. Because I really don't announce these live streams. I just do them like spur of the moment. Probably one day I will announce it in advance. All right. Thanks for showing up. It's great to be back. And it's listen. The Cure, you are something's crazy. But I'll catch you guys later. And you guys enjoy your 4th of July. And have a good one. Catch you guys soon. Until the next video, until the next live stream. Adios and goodbye for now.